This is Belinda Reedy, the Witch in Love, and today I'm going to be showing a love tar. The reason this stuff is so great is because it combines both the element and the intention of love alongside domination because of what it's made of, and it's something that you can make at home. I hope. If you can't get all the ingredients, like I said, don't fret. It's your intention above all else. The main ingredient in this love tar is actually root beer. And the reason we're using root beer is because it's got so many of the most fantastic things you can even imagine for domination and for love. Root beer, its base recipe is vanilla, cherry bark, which is fantastic to finish work, love spells, or any kind of work. When you're feeling like you can't finish or accomplish a certain job, cherry bark is fantastic for that, to help you finish a job. Licorice root, which is the main ingredient in a binding spell. It has sassafras root. It has molasses, which is great for love. It has juniper, ginger, wintergreen, hops. Fantastic. I use that all the time for my love spells, or to like kind of doze off, dominate a spell, or like confuse someone, because it is the main ingredient in beer. It kind of like confuses them and it kind of makes them more docile. So it also has yellow bark, prickly ash bark, juniper, if I've not mentioned it already, allspice. It has star anise and anise. It also has St. John's wort in some cases. The reason I loved this recipe so much when I made it with root beer is because it has everything, and it's what I did actually was simmer it and reduce it down to kind of a syrup consistency. If you can see that. When I started reducing the root beer, there's about a can of root beer. I added more star anise. I added cinnamon. I added hops. I added allspice, both ground allspice and whole allspice. I added more licorice root, and I included the calamus root. And the reason I included calamus root is because it helps for healing and protection, purity. Also, calamus is one of the main ingredients in an oil that is called the commanding oil, which is calamus and licorice root. Those are the main ingredients in that. So I included them into my my serum, and then I strained it, and I got all the good stuff here. The next thing you're going to be needing, once you have your reduction here, you can see that the reduction, it smells so pretty. You want to drink it, but you can't because it's poisonous, of course, because of the calamus root. So you're also going to need a ring box, like a engagement box. If you don't have that, I'm going to be using this little box that I got out of Band-Aids, and I wrapped it in red. I glued it. You can tape it. You're going to need red ribbon as well. You're also going to need a piece of magnet, which I have here somewhere. Here we go. Piece of magnet to bring in. Also, I'm also going to be adding, for another client, I'm going to do the same thing, but to her I'm going to add money, change, silver, because she wants to not only attract her lover more to her, she wants to dominate him in the finances. So this is going to be a fantastic thing to do. This is great. This is a great syrup or tar to use even for jobs or your work, to attract more money to you. So you would get your boss's picture, if you could, their name, their birthday, write it down 3 times on their face and 6 times with your name across. And I would say add dimes to it, and the tar, and bind it the way I'm going to bind it. And I would add a dollar bill to it as well to bring more money in, and to bind that money to come to you, of course. So I'm going to put the phone down and I'm going to begin the spell. Of course, as always, I've already enchanted most of these things. I've already added names. Oh, I also forgot to say I added also red food dye to this stuff. Even though you can't see it, I did add it. It's my intention of love to be added. If it was just for money, guys, I would probably just add green dye to like increase the intention on that aspect. If it's for domination, I'd go with red and blue for purple to dominate more, just for domination purposes. Okay, so here we go. This is our love tar bind. Okay, I'll put you down, and I hope you don't slip off. Here we go. Incense as always. I am calling on the mind, body, and spirit of my clients right now, and I've done it before already, and I have both of their pictures here. To his picture, I'm going to add the tar. Now remember, wherever you put this, I'm going to want you to put it, if you can, in your bedroom, in the closet, or whatever. Make sure you're not too messy with it because of the ants. If you have an ant problem, I know I do. We live in South Texas, so we always have some sort of a problem with some sort of an insect. I'm placing her on top, and we're sticking them together. All right, so it's really binding because it also has a little bit of honey. You can add honey or sugar to it if that's all you have. Now I'm going to bind them again. I'm going to add the magnet to them too. Okay, so I should actually put this with this tar and put in between them to magnetize the love towards each other more. Okay, I'm bringing it in. And I'm going to start to enchant and call on love, goddess of love, to be with me now. I'm binding it. Here we go. Scissors. I'm out of oil. This is supposed to be good. It's supposed to be good, but not of oil. I'm out of two. It's been bound 3 times already. Cannot be undone. Remember, guys, when you do your spell work, it also how fast it happens is the intensity of your how much intent you put into it. How much do you believe that it's going to happen? Also, you need to bring into play if there's other people in the picture. Let's say it's a love bind like this one right here. If there's other people in the picture that you have to break off and chisel away, you're going to remember. You have to be patient. You're working on someone's will, their free will. So you got to remember that you need to have patience. It's not all just going to pop into play. That's one thing I come across. A lot of people actually lose patience and just drop the whole thing because they have no patience. When your work is set, whether it's good or bad, it's set. Time after that, it's just a waiting game. All right, it's a waiting game to see how fast it's gonna work, when it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit them like a ton of bricks. It's set out there. It will hit them. Okay, so you need to have patience, please. There's been times that things take about a year, or I've never seen it take that long, but there is times that it takes about a year. So next thing I'm gonna do, if I had a ring box, like an engagement ring box or a wedding ring box, I would use it right now. This is fantastic also to reinforce love for married couples. So keep that in mind. Enchanting my box, I'm gonna place them in here. Okay, I'm gonna add other things to this before I close it. And since this person is a client of mine, does not live with me, I'm gonna work with it for a few days. Then I'm either gonna have her take it with her if she can, or I'm going to actually bury it in my garden. Okay, so that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember, this is a love tar made of mainly root beer. If that's all you have, then that's all you have. You don't have to add more stuff to it. I did because I like to always put my stuff into it. I like to put my intention into it. If you had red roses and you just have cinnamon, just add that to it. Put your intention, put your thought and your energy into it. The more you do it and the more you think of it, the more you want it to come, and the more you project it into the universe, whatever work it is, whether it's good or bad, or prosperity or love, or just having a better job or having a better life, getting rid of addictions, whatever it is, project it into the universe. Have patience and know that it will be. One of the biggest gifts we can ever have is patience. And remember, patience is a virtue. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing another video right now. So be watching out for the next video. I love you guys. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Look for me on To Love a Witch on Facebook. Or look for me on under Belinda Reedy. Message me if you need anything. I love you guys. Many blessings.